Hi guys, welcome back once again to CBSE Board Economics. I'm Saddam Hussain here. Today, as usual, we'll be discussing yet another important topic in national income accounting under macroeconomics. As you can see on the board, today we'll be discussing about depreciation. This is also called as consumption of fixed capital and capital loss. Under this will be, as usual, we'll be discussing 5 questions or 5 topics. The first one you have, what is depreciation, or we call it as consumption of fixed capital. The second one you have, what is the importance of depreciation? Why do we study depreciation in national income accounting? How does it help in numericals? Or consumption of fixed capital, how does it help? The next one, what exactly is capital loss? And the fourth question you have will be differentiating between depreciation and capital loss. That is the difference between consumption of fixed capital and capital loss. And the last one, as usual, we'll be talking about some questions that came in the board examination. So, without wasting more time, let's jump into depreciation and capital loss. The first one you have, what is depreciation? We all know that when you use your mobile phone again and again, it loses its value. When you use your car, there will be some wear and tear of tires, tubes, everything. All the fixed assets, there is some wear and tear. What exactly is depreciation? Depreciation in economics is defined as the loss of depreciation is loss in the value of a fixed asset due to normal wear and tear you have an expected rate of obsolescence or obsolescence. Depreciation. So when you use it, to understand it with an example, today you buy a car for 10 lakhs. If you go to sell it after a couple of years, you won't get 10 lakhs. Probably you may get 6 lakhs. That means 4 lakhs is depreciation of your car. Why? The value of the car has come down because of wear and tear of your fixed asset, machine. So depreciation is loss in the value of a fixed asset due to normal wear and tear and expected rate of obsolescence. What is expected rate of obsolescence? So what exactly it means, obsolescence? So you buy a smart mobile phone today, so maybe it loses its value because of 2 reasons. Number 1, because of wear and tear, you're constantly using it. Number 2, the technology changes over a period of time. That is called expected rate of obsolescence or obsolescence. So that is depreciation, loss in the value of a fixed asset due to normal wear and tear and expected rate of obsolescence. Now we go to the next topic. What is capital? What is the importance of depreciation or consumption of fixed capital? So you may be wondering, why do we have to study depreciation? What is its importance? So at the end of the topic, at the end of these 5 questions, I'll be giving you a numerical example to understand what's the importance of depreciation. Depreciation helps us to get the net value of the capital from the gross value. Suppose if you subtract depreciation from the gross value, you get the net value. For example, you have GDP we'll be discussing what exactly is GDP, gross domestic product. From GDP, if you subtract depreciation or consumption of fixed capital, you get NDP, net domestic product. From GNP, gross national product, if you subtract consumption of fixed capital or depreciation, you get net national product. Any gross value, from any gross value, if you subtract depreciation or consumption of fixed capital, you get net value. Or if you add depreciation to net value, you get gross value. Okay, we'll be discussing about it at the end of all the 5 questions. Next, you have what is capital loss? Capital loss is not depreciation. Maybe you meet with an accident, or maybe you drop your mobile phone accidentally, so it loses its value completely. That's capital loss. What's capital loss? Loss in the value of a fixed asset, not because of normal wear and tear and expected obsolescence. It is because of unexpected obsolescence. What exactly is unexpected? Which you never expected. Maybe you met with an accident, the whole value of your car comes down to 0. Or maybe theft take place in your firm and someone has stolen your machine, building. Or maybe there is a fire. That's a capital loss. So capital loss is unexpected. It's not expected. Depreciation, of course, we can expect it. There will be 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% depreciation, but capital loss is unexpected. You can never say how much is going to be your capital loss. You can't expect when you are going to meet with an accident, you can't expect there will be an explosion or fire in your factory. That's capital loss. Capital loss is loss in the value of fixed, not loss in the value of fixed asset because of unexpected obsolescence. So it can be due to fire, it can be due to theft, it can be due to some accident. That's capital loss. So if you want to understand both depreciation or capital loss, you can understand it. Okay, the depreciation is, I told you, is more or less the same thing. Depreciation, loss in the value of fixed asset due to normal wear and tear and expected obsolescence. And what is capital loss? It is also loss in the value of fixed asset, not because of expected obsolescence. It is unexpected obsolescence. It can be due to fire, earthquake, thefts and all. So capital loss, you may lose the entire capital. Now, the second point of difference between depreciation and capital loss, depreciation, since we know the value of my capital is coming down by 10%, 20%, we can always have depreciation provisions, we call it. So you can have depreciation provisions. I can keep some provision for it, and again I can bring back the value of my capital to its actual state. But in case of capital loss, there are no depreciation provisions. There are no depreciation provisions. What it means, we don't foresee that there is going to be an accident. We don't foresee there is going to be a fire in the factory. But however, you can insure it. That's a different thing. You can insure your capital, you can insure your building, structures and all. That's a capital loss. So this is a small topic. So the board questions can be, so this is mostly numericals, it will come, right, so find out from gross domestic product to net domestic product by subtracting depreciation. I'll be just giving you that, right, in a few seconds. So let's do the revision part of it. We will be discussing now once again what is depreciation. We call it as consumption of fixed capital. That's an important concept in national income accounting. Capital loss, which is not so important, just keep in mind. So what is depreciation or consumption of fixed capital? Depreciation or consumption of fixed capital in economics is defined as the loss of fixed asset, mind it, fixed asset due to normal wear and tear and expected rate of obsolescence. Depreciation is loss in the value of fixed asset due to normal wear and tear and expected rate of obsolescence. And what is importance of depreciation or consumption of fixed capital in national income accounting? Depreciation or consumption of fixed capital helps us to find out from gross value to net value or net value to gross value. If you subtract depreciation from gross value, we get the net value. If you add depreciation to net value, we get gross value. And what is capital loss? Capital loss is loss in the value of fixed asset, not because of normal wear and tear and expected obsolescence. It is unexpected obsolescence. Unexpected, maybe a fire, theft, earthquake or something. So these are the differences. Depreciation is expected and capital loss is unexpected. Depreciation takes place because of two things: normal wear and tear and expected rate of obsolescence, and capital loss, just unexpected, maybe fire. And then you have both questions. So as I said, right, now how do we calculate, right? Okay, just a second, right? So you have here, I'll just tell you, right, so how does depreciation helps us to find out? Now this is the first thing we'll be learning in numericals. Suppose any, right here, any gross value you have, any gross value. So if you subtract depreciation from gross value, you get net value. So we'll take an example here. Suppose you have gross domestic product. What is GDP? We'll be discussing later. Minus depreciation. Minus depreciation will give you net domestic product. This gross value will become net value. Suppose you have GDP as rupees maybe 100 crores minus depreciation you have as 20 crores, then your NDP will become 80 crores. That is from gross domestic product to net domestic product. Or the other way around, we'll put it, suppose you have NDP, to this you add depreciation, then again you get GDP. Suppose the same value you have, NDP you have 80 crores, to this you add rupees 20 crores as depreciation, again you get, suppose you have this 100 crores. So anything, any gross value. So this is NDP plus depreciation will give you GDP, or GDP minus depreciation will give you. Like this, you can have any more. So for example, gross national product. Suppose you have minus depreciation will give you net net national product. Nothing will change, only this part will change. Or suppose you have anything GNP, or the same way you have NNP plus depreciation will give you GNP. This will change. So that is how you have depreciation. It helps us to find out in the numericals. So when we go to the more important topics in macroeconomics numericals, this will help you. This is just a basic rudimentary concepts. So that's all we have time for today. You learned it today, what is depreciation or consumption of fixed capital. You learned it, what is capital loss, and you learned it, the difference between depreciation or consumption of fixed capital and capital loss, and how does depreciation help in numericals. And that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys. I'm Saddam Hussain here. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment. That's all we have time for today. Goodbye.